Hey everyone, Aquatwist here. Sega has delisted dozens of their classic titles on Steam and consoles recently. However, you can still easily play and purchase most of these games on other platforms. So today, let's talk about where you can buy these Sega games after they were delisted from digital storefronts. Most Genesis games can be still played via the physical version of Sega Genesis Classics on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. You can find it for $40 at GameStop or Amazon and around $17 to $20 on Video Games Plus, depending on if you're ordering the Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch version until December 31st. However, 4 Steam exclusive titles are not on the console version of Sega Genesis Classics: Echo the Dolphin, Echo the Tides of Time, Echo Jr., and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Echo the Dolphin can be played on the Genesis app of Nintendo Switch Online. And Sonic 3 and Knuckles is included in Sonic Origins, both physically and digitally. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is also an unlockable game on the Sega Mega Collection for GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. Outside of the original release, Sonic the Fighters is playable inside of Lost Judgment, a spin-off of Sega's iconic Yakuza or Like a Dragon series. It's also included on the Sonic Gems collection for PlayStation 2 and GameCube, but it's more expensive than Lost Judgment. The Saturn port of Virtua Fighter 2 can now only be played in the Yakuza games, mainly Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza 5, Yakuza Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, and the remaster of Judgment for modern platforms. Sadly, Nights into Dreams will no longer be playable outside of its original Saturn release, which costs over $100 for a physical copy. Jet Set Radio is only legally playable on the original Dreamcast and Game Boy Advance versions. Buy these sooner rather than later because they're already expensive. The Dreamcast version is already going for over $60 online, and the Game Boy Advance version is well over $100 for just the cartridge alone. Thankfully, Crazy Taxi is pretty cheap on the GameCube and PlayStation 2. Depending on if you want just the disc or a complete in-box copy, it's only between $10 and $30. It's also available on the Xbox as part of the Dreamcast collection, which includes Sonic Adventure, Space Channel 5 Part 2, and Sega Bass Fishing. This port is based on the delisted Xbox Live Arcade release, so you can't go wrong with this version or the GameCube and PlayStation 2 ports. Speaking of Space Channel 5, Part 2 was only released in Japan, but Part 1 is easily available on PlayStation 2 and the Dreamcast for around $35. Apparently Part 1 is more difficult and not as great as Part 2, but if you really are desiring a similar gameplay experience, this is now easy to pick up. And as previously mentioned, Part 2 is included as part of the Dreamcast collection on Xbox 360. And finally, Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 are still easily accessible via their GameCube versions. Sonic Adventure DX is only $30 to $45, depending if you're only going for the disc or a complete box copy. Although DX is arguably worse than the original Dreamcast version, the GameCube is the only platform it's playable on outside of Steam. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube is much cheaper than the Dreamcast version, and is apparently still a solid version of the game. However, it's starting to increase in value online, due to recent interest after Sonic X Shadow Generations and the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie coming soon to theaters. Although these two classics are still available on Steam in most of the world, there's no guarantee that they won't be delisted worldwide in the future. If you're on the fence about grabbing a physical copy of these titles, now is the time to do so. And there you have it. Let me know in the comments below if you already own some of these or snagged these as the stores were delisting them. These are tough times for game preservation, but hopefully this video helped you find easy ways to play these games after being removed on Steam. Be sure to like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you want to see more game preservation content in the future. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.